Bleeding Burgundy podcast, a Washington football podcast by fans for fans. With your hosts, Jesse Martin.
You want to play what? Okay. Say hello to my little friend.
John Taylor.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
And Keith Gray.
The King, your Majesty.
And now here's your host, John Taylor.
Hey, that's me, everybody. Welcome once again to another awesome edition of the Bleeding Burgundy podcast. It is Friday, and I'm going to tell you right now that if you do not like the F word, don't shut off the podcast because we're going to change your mind because I fucking hate the Giants. How about you, Jesse?
I hate the Giants. Fuck them.
Fucking A, man. Fuck them. That's my friend Jesse Martin, by the way. Keith, how about the Giants?
I don't really care.
Well,
Giants don't bother me.
Jesus. Fuck off. Your Giants don't bother you.
They don't bother me.
Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
they're in our division, so yes, of course, naturally, I don't like them. But
No,
geez,
I
man,
can't
I don't
stand
have the hatred that you have in your heart for the Giants.
John
Right
hates the
here.
Giants. He
I know he
despises
does.
the Giants.
I hate the Giants right down deep here in my heart. As a matter of fact, we might as well just start right off with it here. Let me just grab this real quick. We're only going to come a couple seconds.
Well,
Of this
I'd like a disclaimer. Disclaimer.
Yes.
I also enjoy the F word, and I enjoy saying it. However, I'm not going to say it much because I am an upstanding citizen and hog farmer, and I can't do that.
Oh,
Fuck.
real. Well, that's your fucking problem.
What's up, little man?
They said, "What's up?"
All right.
This is a professional podcast, sir.
Very professional. Extremely professional. I mean,
That's right. As a matter of fact, we have to pay the bills now.
Harry Sphincter.
Hey, Daniel Jones, you and the Giants can fuck off.
Yes, all your favorite Harry Sphincter hits in one box.
There you go. So there's your first piece of Harry Sphincter lore.
That's an oldie but a goodie.
That's right. That's from last year, but it will last until he is retired or whatever. Hey, Daniel Jones. Here we come, baby. We're coming up to New York, and we're bringing that defense with us. I'm excited, man. To me,
So
this is Dallas
this-
week. To me,
This
for
right
like,
here
you know.
is the biggest game in Washington football / Commanders history, and I think this is even a bigger game than the playoff game that we had against the Buccaneers. Because we kind of, I feel like the way because we kind of backed into the playoffs, we didn't have that the whole NFC East was a shithole, and this division right now is one of the best in football, if not
It is the best in
division
football. Everybody's got a winning record by at least
Yeah,
2 games.
the NFC East and the AFCs, I think it's neck and neck, but this reminds you of the late 80s, 90s, where, I mean, the type of football that's being played right now, the run game even the whole NFL is like trying to, it's evolving, but it's evolving backwards. My feelings of it.
Well,
And
yeah,
you see,
running defense, play defense.
and
That's why we're winning.
I think, our playoffs started a couple of weeks ago, to be honest with you. And I think this is a playoff game.
They all are.
If we want to make the playoffs, we have to win on Sunday, period.
What do you think, Keith, about the Giants? Because, I come in here all fired up and I'm ready like, fuck them, man. Get rid of these goddamn Giants. Let's fuck them. And Jesse's, well, let me tell you, this is one of the biggest games that we've had since 2005.
It is. December, and we have a winning record. When was the last time that's happened?
I understand, and I completely get it. It's not. We have our destiny in our own hands, and you could not ask for better. Keith, what do you think? Take your mute off. There you go.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I appreciate that because I would have just kept on going.
I would have dubbed in a bunch of fuck words and gotten you in trouble at work.
Yeah, I agree with Jesse. I mean, I don't want to say that it's end all of be all if we don't win this game. However, this is a super important game. I mean, does it lessen our chances? 100% it does. However, I mean, this is a big game, and this team has been on a win streak, and this team is getting confident. I'm seeing a lot of things on Twitter, a lot of comments being made by the players. All right, this Sunday, it's time to stop talking and start showing.
That's
Time
right.
to buckle up them bootstraps. Let's go. It really is.
That's
Let's
right.
see what you're truly made of.
Mhm.
And I hate to say that against a team like the Giants because, yes, they started out hot, but to me, it was kind of like a fake hot. Like I'm just waiting for them to cool down. Well, we're getting them in their cool down period. So
We're getting
They're
them
getting healthier. They're getting
that's the
healthier.
thing, they're getting healthier. But you're right. They had a lot of fourth quarter comebacks, and I think out of their first 6 games, 4 of them were fourth quarter comebacks. They had a couple of games they won on the last play, miracle wins. And I kept saying, you can't survive like that. You can't survive like that. But we're the same way. We keep surviving like that, right? We throw a prayer to Terry down the freaking field. We throw a should have been picked off, except thank you for the back judge running into the safety. That
We've been living on the edge.
We did that miracle last week, for God's sakes. So I think this is a very intriguing game, and I think we match up pretty well with them. Except, Jesse, your words from last week ring in my head. What Mariota was able to do with the read option last week, man, Daniel Jones is somebody that I can't stand, but he's faster. I think he's quicker to the hole. He's got longer legs, and he has made us look stupid before. So
Songs like "Fuck You, Daniel Jones."
Fuck you, Daniel Jones. Fuck you, Daniel Jones.
Yes, Harry.
there you go.
I'll say this. Yes, Daniel Jones has hurt us in the past. But the Falcons read option, they run that to perfection. Listening to Logan Paulson, and I don't know if you guys listen to him a bunch. He's really, really smart.
Anytime I can find him, I listen.
I don't even have time
like
in the day to listen to us, Jesse.
Well, I mean, I don't really listen to us either. It's kind of weird just going back and listen to your own damn podcast since you were there. But okay.
Well, it's a good thing that I do because I try to find where we make mistakes. I try to clean up things that we do wrong.
That's a damn good show, gentlemen.
Right. Well, because I listen to it from a different perspective now.
I'll listen to it when I run out of things to listen to.
John, are you standing?
Yes, I am. My back hurts. You know what I did today? Here's an old guy story. You ready for this? I bought a book. I bought a book. All right. It's a Batman book. I love comic books. I'm an old guy, but I love comic books. And on the cover of this book, Batman is throwing a left cross, but he's got his right foot out in front of him. And I thought, that doesn't look right. That's all freaking twisty. So I tried it and I hurt my fucking back. I hurt my fucking back. And so now I'm standing up.
Jesus Christ, John.
Jeez.
That's right. So I don't know how the Cape Crusader managed to
Well, it looks good on the show. It looks like you're fired up. You're ready to talk. So let's do this.
I am ready to talk because I'm saying,
all right.
The man Frank
Sorry, go
Sinatra
ahead.
called the most versatile singer of all time.
Go fuck yourself, Daniel Jones. Go fuck yourself, Daniel Jones. Go fuck yourself. Carry your skinny ass back to New York. Fuck yourself, Daniel Jones. Fuck you.
The background singers. I love it.
hey, it was all me.
John was busy all day coming up these "I Hate You" Daniel Jones songs.
Oh no, I did this last year.
Yeah, we had this.
After we beat him on Monday Night Football.
Oh, we did.
Or Thursday Night Football. Right?
I think we beat them 3 times in a row.
Yes. Fuck you,
What
Daniel Jones.
worries me a little bit is, yes, they are getting healthy. Daniel Jones, can run. I don't know if Saquon's getting tired, getting wore down, or maybe what it may have been a couple of the injuries on their offensive line has slowed him down. But the past
Probably
3
a
games,
little of both. Because I've seen him limping around on the game in games. He's not hurt, but he's definitely if he didn't
getting beat up.
He's getting beat up. He's getting dinged and nicked.
And I mean, he was dynamite in the beginning of the season. I mean, he was back to his old self.
He is. And if he had never gotten his knee hurt, I'm telling you what, that guy would be on pace for fucking records. He's that good. And when you say we've won 3 in a row against them, that's 100% true, but he has not played. Because when he has played against us, he has killed us.
We beat him. No, we beat him last year.
Saquon played?
Oh, yeah. Saquon played last year. He just wasn't that good.
I don't know if he played last year or not against.
I don't think he played.
I don't think he played either.
Yeah, he just wasn't.
Either way,
he came back. He's been back. This is his second season back from his knee injury.
I'm pretty sure he hurt his knee again last year. I'm going to have to double check this via the magic of the internet.
Yeah, but regardless, the Giants have to be watching a lot of film of the Atlanta Falcons game against us last week. But I'm not necessarily really worried about that. I think the second half, besides that last drive, I thought Del Rio made good enough adjustments to stop Marcus Mariota. And going back to what I was saying earlier about Logan Paulson, he even said last week, everywhere that he was on, he was talking to John Keim, he was talking to Kevin Sheehan. He thought that the Atlanta Falcons was the one team that was going to be able to get the best out of our defense. And he was right. Coming into this week, they're not going to run. They do run those the zone reads, but they have other concepts that they do try to use. But I mean, Logan Paulson's saying that we shouldn't be that worried about this run game and Daniel Jones with the defense that we have now. So I'm going to take his word because that guy's smart.
Well, yeah, he's a lot smarter than me. Well, in certain areas. Yeah, I mean, no offense, Logan.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying
he knows football. For damn sure. Yeah. He damn sure knows football. Look, I'm not terribly concerned about Saquon Barkley. You're right. He has been getting beat up, but their defense has been able to keep them in games just like our defense has been able to keep them in games. They've basically been winning or did their winning the same way that we've been doing ours.
But
go ahead, say something. But
you can run on them. They're averaging 150 yards a game against. And also Adoree Jackson is out, their top corner. So there's a possibility, there's a chance Fabian Moreau will be able to play, but I'll take Terry McLaurin over Fabian
fuck
Moreau.
Yeah. Fabian Moreau.
And everybody else is very, one thing I think that people on Twitter, everybody expects us to have the same exact game plan as we did the past couple of weeks. Just run it. Yes, you should run it. But what you are going to need to do and what you should do is sprinkle some play action in there and get Terry and Curtis Samuel and Jahan Dotson involved. This back end of that,
got to keep their defense guessing.
Yeah,
well, they're beat up. They're
like beat up. Adoree Jackson can be had. There's nobody on that team that can cover Terry. There's no two people at the same time on that team that can cover Terry.
No,
and that's how bad they are on the back.
Right.
Team.
But let's not get greedy. Let's not go, keep going for the home run ball. Keep it within Heineke's reach. No. And just keep going down the field on him 12, 15 yards at a time.
Those crossers to Terry, he will eat them up all game long.
Absolutely.
Run B-Rob. Throw it out in the flat to Gibson. It looks like he's going to be back. There was some worry earlier on the week that there was a foot injury, but he was practicing today. And got to get McLaurin involved early. I think this could be a bigger, better passing day for Taylor Heineke if he can throw on time and on point. It could be a good game for Mr. Number 4.
It's about time we womp somebody good on offense. Now, and speaking of getting things involved, I want to bring me my all right, now real quick, Keith, you've got a new favorite player, right? I got some music for you. What do you think about your new favorite player and how his chances are this weekend? Because I think they will go by the same game plan and probably will run it heavily because the Giants.
Hey, Ty, how you doing, buddy?
Stop it. So go ahead.
I absolutely, and I don't know if I've said this before in the past. I can't remember. I absolutely love Brian Robinson Jr. Oh, yeah. I mean, look. Every time that guy gets the ball, he's dragging 3 people behind him. I love it.
Behind him.
Smash mouth football.
In the mouth.
My man takes it right up the middle.
He goes up the middle.
He gives it up the middle.
He gives it to him hard.
Oh, yeah.
I guess you're done. Okay, that's good enough. That's good enough. I'm getting a phone call right now from overseas, and it is our good friend, Scott, our roving reporter. He is on his way, or should be close to New York by now. So I'm going to bring him in here. Let's see here. I'm going to put you up here and put you on the big screen here. Scott, can you hear me?
All right, John, how's it going?
Hey, Scotty, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah, well, yeah, I've got a bone to pick with Keith.
Why
is this every single week without fail? I don't end up in the States.
Listen, Alfonso.
It doesn't look like.
Wait, is Alfonso the money guy?
I guess so. It's up to you.
Now, I have had the worst trip of this entire show that we've been doing since I've been doing this roving reporter. I've ended up with Captain Gustavio. There's clearly a language barrier.
Well, that looks like that kind of looks like New York a little bit.
No,
near
it's
MetLife
York.
Stadium.
York.
It's York Minster in Yorkshire behind me here.
I got to
And
tell
here
you.
I am stood here, and he's obviously got his wires crossed. He bundled me in a car that didn't have a seat in it. It was a crate. Right?
You sat on a crate?
Yes, I sat on a crate. I mean,
All right.
I thought economy going abroad was bad, but this was something else. He's then
Now, didn't you have an Uber, Keith? Didn't you send him an Uber?
I did. I
He
thought,
sent me an Uber, and it was
Look,
a guy called Boris, known as Boris the Blade. Now, you tell me what that's going to end up like. So I just sat there and nodded politely. Yeah, you know, like British people do, we queue, things like that, you know?
That's right.
And here I am in York. Clearly, there's a misnomer here. I mean,
All right,
what's
well,
going on? I've got
hopefully
no
there's
money again. I'm having to put my own expenses in. All they've got here is it smells of pies and peas and fish and chips.
Pies and peas.
It's freezing, and I'm stood here, and I'm supposed to be in New York. I mean, actually, it's probably better than New York, to be fair. But, you know, it is what it is. I mean, I like to ride the subway and get slapped, but
In New York, the pies and pea you smell is not quite the same.
no, I'm pretty sure it's not. And there's not that many rats around here, but there are a few tramps around here. But that Boris guy keeps hanging around.
Actual tramps.
Yeah, actual tramps, yeah.
They've
Vagabonds,
got
whatever you want to
sticks
call
with with the handkerchiefs on their back.
Jeez, yeah. Bring
So
out
Scott-
the
Scott,
So-
I deeply apologize that Gustavio.
We've got to get this
Alfonso-
sorted.
We will. I'll take care of this. There's
We'll
an
talk to
app.
the finance department.
Yeah, there's an app for translation, so I'll start using that, and hopefully Gustavio Alfonso can get this right. But in the meantime, just have fun where you're at.
And watch
On
out
me.
for the cars.
Couple
Yeah,
drinks
yeah,
on me.
cheers.
Don't worry about it.
So,
All right.
so while we got you here, Scotty, before we let you go, what do you think about the big game coming up on Sunday?
Massive game on Sunday, win or die. Basically, this is it. We're all in the playoffs if it was to stop today. If it was to stop today, but I think we've got a good chance. It's two teams who want to run the football. They've got that principle of run first now. I'm worried about Daniel Jones turning into Daniel Vick, or White Vic, as they're calling him in the locker room in the Giants. But it's one of them games. I think we can win this. We've seemingly the last couple of years done okay in New York. If we can come out of this with a win, or we can split.
Do you
Shut
think?
up, Boris! I'm on a podcast.
Tell your sound effects guy he sucks.
Honestly, doing me in.
Do you think this is a must-win?
I do
He
think
said
this is a
so.
must
Do or
win.
die. Didn't you
It's
say
do
that?
or die. It's a must-win game. This. I think if we can split, I'd probably accept that. And I think it holds us in good stead. But we want to get 2 wins now out of these 2 games and crush the Giants.
Yeah,
Scott,
no,
Scott, is it
I
cold
disagree.
where you're at?
It's freezing, mate. I'm going to have to put my hood up because it's that cold. So, hold on. Oh, no, I can't even get it over these fat headphones.
You're not going to get him over those 1984 headphones.
No,
Those are
I've
like the
nicked these.
headphones you used to wear when you had to learn typing.
It is,
school back
yeah,
when you
yeah.
used to
So
teach you typing.
1970s are called. They want the headphones back, yeah.
There they go.
Give it before you go. Give us your X factors on offense and defense.
X factors on offense: Brian Robinson. X factor, probably Taylor Heineke actually as well. He has to start playing better. We want 2 touchdowns, 250, no interceptions. That's what we want to see week in, week out. We haven't got that the last 2 weeks at all. 131 yards last week away.
I don't think we've gotten from him all season, actually.
No, it's been a real struggle from the offensive side, and I hope Scott Turner opens that up. What I do think is going to happen is the Giants are very poor with pre-snap motion. I'm giving up just over 6. I think it's just over 6 yards on motion snaps. So I think we'll see a lot of that, and we tend to use motion quite well.
A lot, and
a lot of
quite
the
a
time.
bit.
So that will play into us. And I think if we keep it to the outsides, away from the middle of the run, with the jet sweeps, that sort of run, I think we'll get some. Some good plays out of that. But
right.
that's what I'm thinking on offense. On defense, my X factor on that is Christian Holmes filling in again for Benjamin St. Juste. By the looks of it, St. Juste is out for the game. So looking at that, he didn't hear his name called last week, which is a good thing. But he's going to be out on that
Except for the
quarterback.
face mask.
Yeah,
got
yeah,
called
the
in the
face
face
mask, but
It actually looks like you have a chin strap on those headphones.
No, it's a separate mic in case the live feed goes down. So
I think a chin
always
strap
come prepared.
would look great on those headphones, dude.
Yeah, definitely. 1940s helmet as well. See if I've got one in the loft.
Just like an Aaron Rodgers chin strap on there. So real quick, just
One of the most influential and beloved singers of our time, Harry.
Turn it up.
Sphincter.
Is that Harry Sphincter?
it's Harry Sphincter.
The Giants can fuck off.
And fuck off.
Yes, all your favorite Harry Sphincter hits in one volume. Songs like
Go on,
Fuck
Harry.
You, Daniel Jones.
Fuck you.
I didn't know this was going to
Jones.
rewind. Well, you're on the big screen, Scott. You got
All right, sorry.
Daniel
Boris, I'm listening to
Yes,
Fuck
Harry
You, Daniel
Sphincter, the man
Jones.
Frank Sinatra called the most versatile singer of all time.
Go fuck
The most
yourself.
versatile singer of all
Jones,
time.
Go fuck yourself. Daniel Jones, go fuck yourself. Carry your skinny
The
ass
backing
back to New
song in
York.
this is
Fuck
unbelievable.
yourself. Daniel Jones, fuck you.
And no matter what the mood, Harry Sphincter delivers.
Daniel Jones, fuck you. Fuck you.
That's my absolute favourite. What an absolute
Harry
influential singer
Sphincter
he
has
is.
been giving us amazing hits for decades. Who can forget these timeless
Decades, I
classics?
tell you.
Lawrence Taylor can suck my dick. Fuck you, Eli Manning. Phil Sid.
This one that gets me every time.
Fuck yourself, you white-haired hillbilly.
Get your Harry Sphincter greatest hits package today.
And on that note, I've lost it.
$29.95 to Harry Sphincter. Fuck
Boris,
you, Daniel
you can come
Jones
in and
Way,
listen. Come
New
on.
York, New York.
All right.
Yegshamish. Shut up, Boris. Yeah.
Harry, we all love Harry Sphincter.
Do
yes,
love Harry
Harry
Sphincter.
Harry Sphincter is a timeless classic. Well, Scott, I don't know that we're going to be able to get to New York by Sunday, but I hope that there's a place around the corner there to watch the game. I know York is a walled city, so I hope they let you out.
Yeah, they've got a great. If you're ever across in the UK, I've been to York many a times, and here I am again. They've got a great area called the Shambles, which is a fantastic place to go and get a drink. and
Sounds
watch some
fabulous.
stuff. Oh, it's fabulous.
It sounds great. Hey, I'll tell you what,
Capital
over in the
city of England, or what was the capital city of England, York.
the shambles. The shambles. Up here, we call it the dump. We go into the dump. And that's where you can get a good drink. So, all right. Scott, you take care of yourself.
And you,
Let us
gents.
know if we'll see you tomorrow at Saturday at 4 o'clock.
All
Take
right, buddy.
care.
Thank
Thanks
you.
very much, everyone.
Later, Scott.
Later.
Sort them expenses out, Keith.
I got.
And there he goes. Oh, hey.
Hey.
Jesse, how are you?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus
change
Christ.
that.
That's
You know,
beautiful.
the squirrel in his beard went.
I was thinking more roaches, but you know.
Well, geez, I'm not going to be dirty. You can be dirty about it. Okay, so let's see. Let's break this game down a little bit. Offensively, what do we have to do, Jesse?
Control the clock and get the playmakers involved. And it all comes down to TH. He's got to make smart decisions, especially in the passing game. I think if he does that, I don't think there's a way we lose this game. I think it's all on his shoulders.
I agree. His shoulders, not so much. But go ahead, Keith. What do you think offensively? What are your keys to the game? How do you feel we're going to have to do?
Yeah, don't run from the success that you've had in the past. The past few games that we've played. I mean, run the ball, positive yards, control the clock, throw some passes in between, keep their defense guessing. I think if we can do that, I think the X factor is actually going to play a huge role on offense and not defense this game. So this is going to be a big one for Taylor Heineke. Your QB1, you got to play like it. So
Shut up, Andy. I'm beautiful.
Is Andy? I'm sorry, I haven't even looked at the comments because
Scout.
I could feel that Keith was getting ready to talk about Brian Robinson. We know how he feels about that.
Absolutely. And feed Brian Robinson.
Feed the beast. Oh, man.
Feed him.
All those people cussing at this team for drafting him in the third round can pretty much go fuck themselves.
I told all these people here near Philadelphia, I said, wait, this guy Brian Robinson, you guys are going to be speaking his name for years to come. And the fact that these guys are coming back to me and they're like, yo, you're right. And I'm actually right about something.
He was
right.
and I know I said this last week, but just what he's gone through. I mean, he got shot in the knee, shot in the ass, and now doing what he's doing on the football field. I mean, last week when he trucked that defensive back, I mean, you felt that shit I felt that from the couch, dude. Blam. Oh, it was great.
Shit, belted.
The guy's just filthy, man. He's bringing back that old school run style, man, and I love it. And I saw and read a comparison that someone said it's almost like John Riggins-esque. I'm not going to go that far.
Yeah, it's not quite that big.
No.
I don't necessarily like to compare players. I think everybody has their own style, their own way of doing things. But the old school style of just running up the gut and driving your shoulder forward, keeping your foot moving, and not caring who's trying to take you down, and completing the necessary moves in order to get, keep the drive going. That's what Brian Robinson Jr. does. He keeps the drives moving, and I love it.
Well, one thing I've noticed about him as the season has worn on is not necessarily just his strength improving, his speed improving, but also his vision is improving, man. When he takes the ball from the center, he's not running right up the back of his line. He's not running right up there playing like a rookie with the yips. He's taking his time. He's patient. He picks his hole. Well, I should put the music back on for that. But he picks his hole, or sometimes he'll bounce it outside. But he finishes, and that's the thing I like the most about it, man. When he gets ready to get tackled, he puts it down on them, and I don't care if it's 3 guys that are hitting him. They go backwards.
He's going forward. He's always going forward. In the past few games,
you could tally during the game on Sunday, and you'll probably count 3 times he gets knocked backwards.
Yeah, the past few games, we saw this in the preseason, and that's when everybody fell in love with him. Then the unfortunate incident happened. But now you're seeing that now, and you're seeing him trust himself.
I don't even think he's back yet entirely.
No, I don't. I think I think we're going to see more. But I mean, even if we see what we saw last week, that's good enough.
When our third string can be successful, that's a testament to what we've got going on.
Oh, Jonathan Williams was great. He had 4 carries, and he was averaging 11 yards per carry.
Yeah,
look,
I mean,
I've been a fan of that guy ever since the first time he stepped on the field. Every time he gets the ball, he makes something happen. I like that dude. He's an excellent back to keep in the back. I can't even remember the big hammer back that we were supposed to be missing that went to the Raiders. Shit, the guy we got from the Buccaneers. I can't even remember his name because of Williams. Because Williams came back in here and showed us this is the same back.
Peyton Barber.
Barber had a nice season of 1 and 2 yard gains for important situations. This guy, you put him in for a 1 or 2 yard gain, he's getting 5. I like him.
And what they're doing with the offense, and
look,
they're wearing
Keith
defenses
looks with the
down.
hat like that. Make that face again. I'm sorry, real quick. Just make that face again. There you go. See, he looks like the guy Cornelius on the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. He's going after.
Who is that? Why do you bring up
kids?
things that I have no idea who Cornelius is?
All right, well, go ahead. Continue with the show. I will find you.
I know a lot of people scratch their head at the Fedarian pick, and he got hurt, but I understand why they did it, and the fact that they were looking for the future, and they were looking for need. They had lost Ioannidis, they lost Settle. They didn't think they were going to get to sign Payne, but I still think he's got a lot of stock moving forward. Yeah, he hurt his knee on the first game, I guess series of the season. But I think we're going to get a lot out of Fedarian Mathis. I mean, you need multiple good defensive tackles, and he's cheap, and we have him for 3 more years. So I'm not necessarily upset about that kid. We're just going to have to wait to get the fruit of the labors on that one.
I hear you. Sorry, I'm busy doing something right here, but I guess it's my turn to discuss what I think we've got to do offensively. And I imagine this whole segment's kind of bled into X factors somewhat, even though we didn't do our little thing there. Look, Terry, they don't have any cornerbacks. They have no cornerbacks. All right. Mr. Samuel, they don't have any cornerbacks. They don't have any cornerbacks.
Fabian
whatsoever.
Moreau is their top cornerback.
Fabian
and he is questionable.
Moreau.
Yeah.
Questionable.
We know Mr. Moreau. And
We know Mr. Moreau. Right. I can remember how many times watching him make a play. Oh, I don't know, 2 or 3 times and going, hey, Fabian Moreau made a play.
Yeah.
You should feast. And I don't, like I said earlier, I don't need to see him going 40 yards downfield because Taylor can't throw it that far. Stay within Heineke's range, stay within his comfort zone, and just eat him up. Just eat him up. I want to see 12 catches for 175 yards out of Terry McLaurin. I want to see Heineke throw for double what he did last week, which would only be 266 goddamn yards.
Yeah, that's it.
So
that's all. That's all you got to do. That ain't a big deal. It's not.
No, it's not. It's what you should expect from an average NFL quarterback.
Yeah, we've seen
200
him
yards
before.
in the game.
We need more from him out of the passing game. We need him to hit the open receivers, and we need him to execute properly in the red zone.
Absolutely.
You know, he left points, and he knows it. You know, hearing all the interviews after the game last week and some during this week, he knows he left points out there. So hopefully he'll get his shit together and we'll be able to produce.
We beat the Giants this Sunday. National media is going to talk about are we contenders or not, and that I'm going to enjoy out of this. So
I'm going to say something that I might get made fun of, but I think we're a quarterback away from being contenders.
Yeah, dude, we got a talented roster.
Honestly, I don't disagree with that. I mean, I'd like to see Chase Rouillet back. I'd like to see our offensive line a little bit stronger than it currently is. But right now they're playing well. So
we're going to see something this Sunday that we've been talking about, and a lot of people thought this player might be an elite guard. We're going to see what the fuck?
Chris Paul?
No.
I thought he was in trouble.
Christ, why can't I think of it? What's our right tackle's name? I can't.
Okay, yeah, I know. Cosme, he's moving.
Yeah, Cosme, Sam Cosme. I don't know why I had a brain fart. We're going to see him moved inside to play guard in place of Trey Turner because he is out. This could be really big, guys. I honestly think so. Cosme is athletic. A lot of the talent evaluators pre-draft thought that he could be he could be a good tackle and possibly an elite guard, and we're going to see that, see what he can do. He's a really good run blocker. I think this is going to help the offensive line.
Excellent run blocking. Yeah.
So this could only help Gibson and Williams and Robinson in my eyes. If he's only had a few weeks to prepare for this. But we've seen Brandon Sheriff was a right tackle in college. They drafted him, I think 6 overall. They immediately said, "You're not athletic enough to be a tackle. We're going to move you into a guard," and he turned into an All-Pro guard.
Yeah, I mean, you take a look at this young team overall, right?
Very young.
This is the breakdown. We're winning games without Chase Rouillet. We're winning games without Chase Young, right? You take a look at our running back core, fantastic so far. You take a look at our receiving core, been doing very well so far.
Doing what they can.
They've been doing well, right. Even not being involved. They're
doing what they can.
Talent. Yeah. You can see the talent there. Yeah.
They've hauled our asses out of the fire with
this offense. A couple of those
Taylor Heineke throws.
This wide receiver core is not dropping crucial catches, right?
Yeah, they're not dropping anything.
They're not dropping anything. I mean, legitimately, they are
not one drop pass since Taylor Heineke took over.
Knock on fake processed wood, but they're doing well. Then you take a look at our defense, and everyone is for the most part is playing well there. We do have some holes still in the linebacking
we're even
situation.
Without Holcomb,
right? And the fact that we're even we're disappointed that Holcomb's out. A season ago, we were like, God, can't you get this guy out of here?
Yeah.
Well,
So everyone has elevated their play. This is a football team, and this is the first time that in my mind and in my heart, I feel like we've got a legitimate football team. We are just, and I don't even want to say elite quarterback because elite quarterbacks don't grow on trees. Yeah. But we are a quarterback away, and it's why the Wentz conversation continues to keep coming up because I do feel like we're sitting on QB1 because we're riding on the success of QB2, but it's not really the success of QB2. It's the success of the entire team. So I can't help but to wonder what would it be like with Wentz, who I believe is a QB1 on the squad. And so, it is what it is. We're still riding with Taylor Heineke, and that's fine. As a fan, I'll ride with that. Hey, the guy's been winning. There's nothing negative I can say except for just play better. And this Giants game is the game where Taylor Heineke can play better. And I hope to see it. We all hope to see it.
He's just got to throw on time.
Let's get this dub, baby. That's all it is.
As much shit as we give Taylor Heineke on this podcast, nobody here hates him. We want him to succeed.
I'd have a bush light.
I love his attitude. Yeah. I love his emotion on the field, man. Nothing I enjoy more than seeing a quarterback.
He's winning. How can you hate?
Nothing I enjoy seeing a quarterback run for a first down and just get up and it's just
he does that fist pump, man, and it gets you pumped and it gets you excited. And
so there's a lot of things that I love about him.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm right there with you. I think we just know that he just doesn't have all the tools that we need.
Stop it. Stop it. We keep going there. I'll tell you what, we keep going there, but he keeps winning. And so we're getting ready to play the Giants. I'm putting no bad juju in the air. As a matter of fact, I'm going to say this. Keith, you see the logo on the screen there? Up here on the screen, you see the logo? Yeah. All right, look at the logo. Mm-hmm. All right, no, not with your eyes. Turn your head so it's looking at the logo.
What?
Turn your head to the left.
Turn your head so that it's looking at the logo. There you go. Now, there he is.
What the hell?
So stupid.
I am so stupid. Whatever. Yeah, it's right. Yam is right. All the hivers can't realize it being a real. But you know what? I'll tell you what. Hiver number one, Rigo, whatever his name is. Goddamn it, I forget his name right now off the top of my head. The Mr. Hiver number one. He hasn't said squattily doot for the most part during this run that Heineke's had, and he's been the guy's biggest freaking supporter. So,
you're talking about Carl?
Yeah, Carl. Yeah.
I will say this though: fucking Twitter fucked up the goddamn algorithm, and now I hardly see anybody. I see more bullshit than anything. Yeah, so I tweaked it the other day. I had as many people as I couldn't see that I know like Big Doug. I know that.
Yeah, I just started putting
I've seen Big Doug.
I've noticed that too.
I just put on one of his things. You'll see it. He'll come.
The people that I like, I put them on my notifications, like you guys and even everybody in the chat. And so when y'all do tweet, I always see it because I don't even really look at my feed no more because there's a bunch of bullshit on there.
I got friended by her name is Amy Battery. And I'll tell you what, man, I put her on notifications, and I get these almost nudes all the time with all these links.
I get them too. Well, listen, gentlemen, I got to get rolling. I got a family thing to do tonight, so
go do your family thing.
So I'm going to
before
tip
you
it
go,
off.
let me show you this.
Yeah.
Because we're going to talk about the defense. So Daniel Jones, he reads defenses pretty well. And I know that we got a 5-second film breakdown real quick of Daniel Jones reading defense and some of the advantages that I think the Giants have because of it. This is what Daniel Jones is seeing in his head pre-snap. So there you go. Fuck you, Daniel Jones. Fuck you, hillbilly.
I knew we were going to be in for a weird one.
Your score prediction, Keith.
Yes.
Score prediction. I'm going to say 24-17, Washington.
That's a good one. All right. Well, I'll save mine till the end.
I'm okay with that.
Yep, 24-17. I think we're going to take this game. I don't think this game is going to be as difficult as a lot of people are thinking. I mean, I'm not.
MetLife is a tough place to play.
I'm not looking past the Giants. I just think that they were fake hot, in my opinion. Yeah. And
I can agree with that.
And being that
we're a similar team. I think.
We're a very similar team, but we're on a hot streak right now, and I feel like they're going to be hitting their downfall now at this point, and I think we're going to take advantage of that. So
I think they're going to try they're trying to make an upswing because Jesse's right. They were hurt last week, I think, against the Cowboys. They didn't have seven of their guys weren't in the game, and they had I think just as many players on their team that had been signed as free agents during the season. Hey, I've been there. We've been there. We don't give a shit. Fuck you.
I never want to look.
They were leading at halftime in that game against the Giants too. Remember that.
Yeah, I'm not looking past the Giants by any means. I know it's going to be tough. It's a divisional game. Divisional games are always tough. Yeah. It doesn't matter what records are. So This is not something, but this is kind of one of the first games where I feel like we can actually come in and take control of this one. I'm gonna stick to my nail biter though, because I feel like that's the kind of football that we play.
Well, yeah.
We continue to keep letting our opponents stay in the game, so I think that's what this one's going to be. But I think this is a day where I think this is going to be a day where we're going to kind of feel like a little bit the way we did when we played the Falcons. In this sense, I kind of feel that. So we'll see. We'll see. But I think we can take the Giants. I think we can sweep them actually. So. The hardest part, obviously it's a home game for the Giants. So, they have that advantage.
We're a 97% chance of going to the playoffs.
I think if we can stop the only thing that bothers me a little bit about this game is the way they slashed our defense with the run game in Atlanta. I can see Saquon doing this to us, and that's not a guy that you want to let happen.
Like I said, he's heated us up in the past, and if he gets going, he gets going.
Saquon's a beast, so I don't want to look past him. I think that we're going to control Daniel Jones, but I think Falcons kind of figured out and kind of maybe exposed a certain weakness against us with the run game. They were able to be successful at it. I think the Giants are going to take a look at that. They've taken a look at that film.
Sure they have.
Yeah. And they did make adjustments and got a lot better in the second half, though.
We did.
Credit for that.
We did, but I think
they tore us. They punked us in the first half. The Falcons.
I think even though
it's like I said, though.
Even though I think even though we figured it out and we made adjustments, Saquon Barkley is a guy that can get past those adjustments as well.
I think it's a big game for Jamin Davis.
He's just not a guy that. He's not a guy that I'm willing to look past. I mean, we really have to focus on that.
No.
So, but with that being said, gentlemen, enjoy the rest of the show. I will definitely talk with you guys. And Jesse, I look forward to your text 5 minutes into the game talking about how our team sucks and we're out of the playoffs.
Third down, we suck, man.
I already got the tweets pre-written.
I figured you did. I figured you did. All right, gentlemen. Love both of you. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, later. Have fun.
Right. Yep.
See you later. All right, I'll tell you this, and I mean this.
I can't hear you.
From the depths of my heart, I just want to make sure that I am 100% clear. I would like to see Daniel Jones's intestines on the field on Sunday, just opened up and pulled out. And if a piece of his arm ends up in F.A. Obata's mouth, well, that's okay too. I just want to see us take the Giants and destroy them and make them fear us 2 weeks from now, so that when they show up at FedEx Field,
they've already pissed
their white pants are yellow. That's right. That's right.
Good chance that Chase Young will finally get on the field on Sunday afternoon for 12 to 15 plays. And wouldn't it be something if, his first couple plays, he puts Daniel Jones on his ass?
Sack fumble?
Fumble, ripped his helmet off, do something.
That's a penalty. Just smash him. What I like to see is the back of the helmet hit the middle of the back. Wham! When they come in from the blind side and get it, I call it the Jaworski. And I know that's Keith would be yelling at me right now. Jaworski. He's in Philly. All right, the Eagles, they're not going to show you these highlights, but if you really want to see some shots, man, go take a look at Ron Jaworski catch some blitzes. That dude, he was like RG3. When Jaworski got hit, he got fucking destroyed. So I like to see that this part of the helmet hit that part of the back. Wham! Let's go. I can't wait to see Chase Young out there on the field, man. I think he's going to get off. Just make sure that they play him in the right spot. That's my main concern. All right, so defensively, what do you think we got to do?
We got to stop the run.
Obviously, that's all they got.
And look, they don't have any pass catchers.
No.
Steve Slayton, that's about it.
Darius.
Darius Slayton. Shut down the run. The focus needs to be on the run. I think Kendall Fuller should probably follow Slayton. That's all they got.
I wouldn't risk St. Just.
I mean, he was out there stretching, probably not going to. But yeah, I think this has got to be a big game for Jamin Davis. Even spying Daniel Jones if need be.
Absolutely,
But
because that dude he can hurt you.
Either spy Daniel Jones or spy Saquon Barkley, one of the two. But Jamie Davis has the speed and the athletic ability to be able to take them out.
I agree. I would like to see him spy Daniel Jones somewhat, because I do get sick and tired of watching him go just that big fucking galoot going up the middle for 40 and 50 yards. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
F John Mara. And he knows why. F John Mara. You know what? What I would like to see with John Mara, when I go to sleep at night and I have a dream, I wake up with a smile on my face. If I dream that, you remember The Godfather Part 2 and how they got the senator? Remember that?
Yeah.
They put the senator in the hotel room and they drugged him so he passed out, and then they murdered the prostitute. And then they woke him up in the morning. Hey, buddy, the newspaper's outside. So yeah, John Mara, I hope you get the senator treatment. That would be nice. Let's see. Well, if I'm John Mara, I'm shitting in my fucking britches, because you saw Dan Snyder release that picture of Jerry Jones that when he was 14, he was at that.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to call it. He was being a dickhead down there in Arkansas, but that to me is
segregation shit.
Yeah. To me, that's kind of surprising that's never been noticed before, because it's crystal clear. It's him. I mean, how has nobody ever? We're in the age of the internet where everybody's an asshole and likes to pull up everything they can. How has that never been seen before? It's kind of strange.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Who knows?
But hey.
Yeah,
it's like I've always said, dude, if you're surprised that billionaires got dirt and shit all over them, if you're surprised that people grew up in those eras were shitty people, fuck, what's the matter with you? Anyway, Go ahead.
X Factor's defense.
My X factor on defense to me is the defensive front. They cannot let Jones get away, and they can't let Saquon get started. If they can do those two things, if they can limit the Giants in terms of their rushing game, and I mean, this is as cliche as it gets, but they don't have anything else. They got nothing else. That's like taking the bottom off of their boat and saying, okay, have a nice trip. They aren't going anywhere. So I say this, but it is the Giants, and they have broken my heart before in times that I thought that they never could. So just go out there. Don't overlook them. Don't look past them. Don't look and say, okay, Terry, you should feast today because their number one corner is out. Don't look past them and say, okay, they don't have any wide receivers that we really have to worry about. Go out there and kick their ass and think that they are exactly like the Super Bowl champions, who suck right now. But that's really a bad analogy. You can go out and beat the Rams.
Another reason why I feel okay about this stopping their run game. Two reasons: Derek Force, Cam Curl. I think both are going to be big in the run support department. This is it for this team, man. If they want to take this, Ron Rivera was his third year, got to take the step. This is it right here. This is your step. This is your fucking step.
That's
right now. Take care of business and get into the playoffs. This is it.
Well, frankly, and we're as cliche as it gets, but it literally is one step at a time. And I've been down on Ron at the beginning of this season with the way that the season started and how badly we were getting just handled by everybody that we were looking at. I was thinking year three's got to be it. There's no way. He's got no control. Nothing's happening at all. Nothing's happening. Well, now it's happening. And you're right. I want to see, and I said this last year, I think that the next step for this team, go in there and win a playoff game. I don't want to go to the Super Bowl. I'd love to. I don't need to go to a conference championship, although I'd love to. Go in there and win a playoff game, a wild card game, get in the divisional round. And if you can win a divisional game, holy shit, I'm as happy as can be. But you win a wild card playoff game, I think that's a successful season that you can build on.
Depending upon who we play, if we get into the playoffs, and that's a big if, because there's still a big hill to climb.
That's what I was getting to. We're right there. We're standing at the beginning of it. You said it earlier in the show. Every game's a playoff game, and this is the first one. Let's go. Our entire season is in our own hands. We don't have to worry about whether Joe Schmo loses or wins. We got it right here in our hands. Go out there and handle your business.
Yeah, I mean that's it. I think if we somehow get into the playoffs, depending on who we play, I'm good with the winning record. And if we by chance say we have to play the 49ers, they're a better team. They're a better team.
We do have to play the 49ers. Yeah, but
I'm talking about in the playoffs.
They're a real good team
in the playoffs. we wind up losing that wild card. I'm okay with that because you know what? We're going to have either a 9-8 or a 10-7 record. And that to me shows progress. And that's what we wanted. That's what we wanted to see. We're doing it without good quarterback play. To me, I'm sorry, that's progress. That tells me that this coaching staff knows what the hell it's doing. Because I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Andy Reid. I don't care if you're Lombardi. If you don't have a quarterback, it can only take you so daggone far.
That's 100% right. It's quarterback-driven league. And I think what this shows more than anything is that Sam Mills, this shit was all your fault.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And yes, John has delivered his apology letter to Jack Del Rio. And
I don't know about that.
But kissy faces all over it too.
Hey, you know what? I'll tell you what. There's a lot of fans out there that no matter how wrong they are, they won't come off of it. They won't look, man. We're fans, right?
There's
I make my assessments, and frankly, after last year, Jack Del Rio needed to freaking, and they did. They figured it out. It was Sam Mills and it was William Jackson III. And no matter what, if I'm going to criticize, then I'm going to also praise if they do it right. All I want to see and do is to do it right, win, play well, and they are.
I think the coaching staff, top to bottom, I think they're doing an admirable job. Especially with
hats
all
off
the
to the secondary coaches. Dude.
Yeah,
they are flying.
Especially with all the off-season stuff that's going on all year long. It just seems like they're doing a good job of blocking that noise out and focusing on the football. At 1-4, the whole entire football world thought the season was lost and everything was going to just get blown up, and we're gonna have a whole new damn team.
Well, no, I didn't think about that. I thought the coaching staff was
the season has turned around. Ron and company has kept them focused. They've kept them in it.
What
if
the
defense was so
what if they lose 4 out of these 5 games, which is quite possible.
Very, very possible. They could
not
lose,
slouch
they could
opponents
lose
that we're dealing with.
these next 2 games. And to me, I'll be honest with you.
Please don't lie.
I'm probably going to blame it on the quarterback because I think this defense is playing at a point now where they're not going to lose the game for you. This defense isn't going to lose the game for you.
No, and as a matter of fact, as we see, they will find a way to win the game for you as well, like they did this past week.
Yeah.
I can't remember which game it was earlier in the season. Was it against Tennessee where they allowed them to get down to like the 5-yard line and did another one? They smacked the ball in the yard. I think that was our second turnover of the year. I think Forrest came down with that.
Yeah, they're constantly having goal line stops this year. They've done it tons and tons of times. There's times where they bend, but they certainly don't break a whole lot.
Yep,
and when you're the past like 8 games are averaging 16 points a game. I mean, that's as good as anybody in the league.
That's championship level. 16 points a game. You should be able to be undefeated if your defense gives up 16 points a game. Unfortunately, our offense always seems to play to the level of the opponent. So if we give up 16 against a bad opponent, we'll score 17 and win the game.
Yeah,
on a miracle in the fourth quarter. So the thing about it is, if we lose 4 out of these next 5, a lot of what we're saying right now gets rethought because a collapse that's that epic. Sure, we can look at the obvious reasons. We're coming into the final part of the season against high-quality teams. The Giants, they're a piece of shit. I can't stand them. They kind of lucked their way up to where they are right now, but they always play us tough. The Cowboys are a damn good football team, and the 49ers, man, these dudes keep sniffing at the Super Bowl, and we keep rubbing them up. When we were talking earlier about Wentz and how we would like to say, what if? Dude, what if we would have traded for Garoppolo? Where would we be sitting now? This team would be rolling with Garoppolo.
Possibly.
So, I think they would be. That's where we were talking about how they'd be playing with some of these other free agents. What if?
Possibly. But I mean, I don't blame them for not.
If we lose 4 out of these last 5 games, then that's right. I'm writing you off the Browns because Deshaun Watson, I don't believe in your rapey ass. Fuck you.
I don't.
No,
I don't. I think
football in 2 years.
I see this one in 2 more games.
Okay.
At least 2 more.
Right, that would be
put us at 9-8.
What you do? 9-8.
That
I'm
would
not
put us
necessarily
at-
thinking that's a success to me. I know that's a winning record, but I'm still not used to.
I'm going to call it. I'm going to
17
call it a success because it's with a backup quarterback.
Yeah, but frankly, we've been having backup quarterbacks forever.
Listen, a bottom.
Yeah, I get you.
Bottom 5 quarterback. Listen, I'm sorry.
I get you. I get you.
He's a backup quarterback.
The thing about that is, and I mean, I completely agree with you. Yes, he's a backup quarterback. And yes, I guess you could call that a success to get 9 wins on a season that you have a backup quarterback. So the thing is that to me, it's a failure because we still lose 8, which I'm still not wrapping my head around this 17-game season yet. 8 losses to me.
It is still tough.
Right. But at the same time, how much of this team are we able to retain going forward? Right. And when does that quarterback question get answered? I'm feeling like we're at the precipice soon where this team is going to be breaking apart, going away. I was discussing this with a bunch of our fans today on social media.
We don't have a whole lot of free agents coming next year. I mean,
well, no, but see, we got our own. Deron Payne is elite, and he and Allen, as you said, are the best duo in the NFL. I completely agree. They are far and away. They're like brothers. They know each other that well. Okay. I heard somebody saying earlier in the week that on social media, I can't remember which one of you it was. It said something about, when they're coming off the field, Allen or Payne is yelling at Allen, yelling. And I'm like, you know what? They're passionate. They're that close that they can do that. They're that close that one of them can punch the other one right in the goddamn mouth and nothing happens, right? It's over. So they're like brothers.
People forget that these guys have known each other for years. They went and played at Alabama together. I mean, they've been in the same room for going on 8 years now.
Right. You can't break this up. You can't. Yeah. We've got something there. But then you got Montez Sweat. He's coming up. He's playing his ass off. You're going to have Cam Curl. You notice I'm not going to mention Cole Holcomb. Dude,
but listen, I mean,
whatever. We can do better.
You do. And that's what the draft.
We got contract situations coming.
It will, but the cap continues to go up and up and up every year. You still get an influx of talent. You still get, we are relatively have been holding on to most of our draft picks. Yeah, we got to give up a 3rd round next year. But I mean, there's always an influx of talent that's going to be coming in. And that's what good teams have to do. Sometimes you're going to have to lose a player, but you know what? You go and draft another player. And I don't care what any of the Twitter GMs say. This team has been good at that. They've been able to find and get the most out of talent, even lower end draft picks. Look at John Ridgeway.
With the exception of Wentz. That's the one. Look at Casey Toohill.
I'm talking about draft.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Even draft picks.
They pick up depth players easily.
Younger players. So please stop talking about this. This team doesn't know how to develop players because that's bullshit.
They sure do.
That's
Look at Derek Forrest. Look at Cam Curl. These guys are low round or low ender of the draft picks. They're performing at the highest levels in the NFL. They can absolutely target talent.
Yam says the salary cap is a myth, and I am going to bite back on that a little bit.
You got to be creative.
Just look at the Los Angeles Rams, and we talked about this last year, me and you, John. They bought their Super Bowl, okay, and now they are in deep trouble. They are they're in cap hell. They're losing.
They don't have any picks.
They don't have
any picks.
So
I don't think they picked this year till the 5th round, right? I don't know if that's true.
Smith Williams, Scouse, you're absolutely right. I mean, they most certainly know how to develop and groom talent.
See, now hang on. What am I missing with Smith Williams? Because I've been
underwhelmed. Great at run stopping. I mean, yes, he's had a few sacks, but he is
it's
pretty
a little
good
underwhelmed
against the run.
Okay,
because he's not Chase Young. No,
he's replaceable.
Not a household. He's just replaceable. But he's a good number 2 defensive end behind a big time starter named Chase Young.
But now if I take him and I weigh him against Casey Toohill is a good backup defensive end. That dude is opportunistic. He's getting after it. He's meat and potatoes. They used to call a guy like him a lunch pail player because he just shows up to work. Smith Williams, I like him but not if he fell off tomorrow, I wouldn't notice. See,
I kind of flip flop on that with Toohill. I like Toohill.
I like him.
If he goes, I don't think I like Smith Williams a little bit better than Tuhill. I think they both are serving the role and they're filling in. They're doing a pretty good job on this defensive line in waiting for Chase to come back and be healthy and be the rookie of the year that we saw.
Right.
Is there some holes on this defense that we're going to need to figure out? Yes, there is, but I think
still need
well
work
on
at the
their
linebacker
way.
positions.
Yeah, the linebacker does need to be a little bit tweaking. I'm glad. Everybody was patient on Jamin Davis.
Well, they don't have any choice.
No, I'm talking about the fan base. They
they don't
write
have any
him
choice.
off.
They are always ready to write anybody off.
But he is coming into his own. He's making first round plays. He's not quite there yet, but you can see his development on the field, and I like what I'm seeing from there from that position.
Well, let me get a score prediction from you. This is the big moment, everybody, because as we all know, Jesse is the biggest pessimist when it comes to this team I've ever seen. So go ahead.
Yeah, it's going to be 19-17 Giants.
Oh, you're killing me. You're going to kill me.
Listen, I got to pick the Giants because every time I pick Washington to lose, they've been losing, even though I think we're going to win.
Well, now that I will accept. Absolutely. If that's the reasoning behind it, then I'm down with that. But you shouldn't have told me because now you jinxed it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm picking the Washington Commanders 24-10. They're going to stifle them. They're going to stifle them. It's time for Daniel Jones to get his head handed to him, and I can't
One
wait
of the
for
most
it.
influential and beloved singers of our time, Harry Pinker.
Hey, Daniel Jones, you and the Giants can fuck off.
Yes, all your
That's
favorite.
right. Everybody, sing it with me. Hey, Daniel Jones, you and the Giants can fuck off. Anyway, Jesse and I will be back with our friend Scott tomorrow at 4 o'clock in the afternoon to discuss the NFL as a whole and make some picks. I did pretty well last week, especially my last minute substitution. I don't know if you were watching any of the pregame last week, man, but around 12:30, the Bears quarterbacks kept flip-flop. First, they were going with Nathan Peterman. So I was like, oh, goddamn, I got to take the Jets. So I definitely changed my pick on that one. But I got it in at the last minute. But then
I did see that. Yeah.
They kept flip-flop. Oh, wait, maybe it's Trevor Siemian. Oh, maybe it's Nathan Peterman. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, maybe it's Turd A or Turd B. Whichever one, you still got a handful of shit. So we'll see how we did tomorrow when Scott breaks out the big embossed book when we talk NFL at 4 o'clock. So till then, Commanders out.
Later. Yep.